right, amazing time it is here on your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. And yes, it is that time of the day or week again where I bid you welcome to the program Women of the Team 25. My name is Melanie Ishola, and of course your time has come to 9 minutes past 3. And interestingly today we're going to be having a very robust conversation about something really key, and yes, something every woman should take as very important as well. Now, our topic today is the UNSC Resolution 1325, meaning and implications on women. Yes, Women of 1325 radio program became a reality or a necessity as a result of the United Nations resolution. And of course, the United Nations has several resolutions, and this particular one recognizes the disparate impact that violent conflict has on women. It highlights the fact that generally women have been left out of peace processes, reconstruction and stabilization efforts. They also recognize the imperative for the full and equal participation of women at all levels, ranging from conflict prevention to post-conflict reconstruction, peace and security. Now, these resolutions, amongst a host of other frames, the women, peace and security agenda. Women of 1325, in summary, is that radio program that helps to attain female gender inclusivity, protection and equality. Now, that's how I bid you welcome again to the program today. And yes, we are discussing the UNSC Resolution 1325 and its implications on women. Yes, I am not alone on the program today, as I have a guest by name Bridget Afiafo. She's the Executive Director, Ideal Women Advancement Initiative. Good afternoon, ma'am. Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good to have you. Good to have you on the program.
Same here.
Yes, so I'm going to be laying the foundation for our conversation today. All right, and of course, when the time is ripe and right, the phone lines will be opened so that we can have calls and contributions. And yes, you can listen to us live from any part of the world. Just log on to www.wfm917.com. And yes, we're at WFM 917 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now, I want to start by laying bare the key provisions of the UNSCR 1325, which is actually specially made for women. It reads, increased participation and representation of women at all levels of decision making, attention to specific protection needs of women and girls in conflict, gender perspective in post-conflict processes, gender perspective in UN programming, reporting, and in Security Council missions, gender perspective and training in UN peace support operations. Now, it will be good to begin to interrogate some of these things that I have, read out now, from angles like, to what level would we say that these provisions have been attained, or can we boldly say that these key provisions are being employed in today's society, in this case, in Nigeria? So I'm coming to you on this, Bridget, to ask exactly how have you seen this play out in Nigeria? Unfortunately, Nigeria has become a conflict state of some sort, and of course a post-conflict state too, when you look at the institution of the IDPs and the rest of all of this. So a lot of these conversations are going on in our society, but it's good to know, to review what has been done, what state or stage we are as a nation.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So far in Nigeria, about 10 states or 8 states have signed onto it. They have their national action plan. That's Bayelsa, Borno, Delta, Kaduna, Kano, Plateau, Rivers, and Yobe State. And for some states, they also have their LAP, the local action plan, and certain local governments. But all of these are not really brought out what this could mean, the U.S. Resolution 1325, the provision made for women.
Okay. We
acknowledge the disproportionate and unique impact of armed conflict on women and girls in Nigeria, especially in recent times. In the Middle Belt, women and children are in IDP camps in the northeast, in the northwest, in the Niger Delta, all over. But this, they know that those kind of progression, those kind of platforms, if women are both affected by the conflict situation, then of course women should be at the negotiating table. Women should be at the reconciliation and resolution tables. Women should participate and be entrenched in the resolution 1325. We're not talking of just representation and protest. We're saying community women, not just talking of any woman now, the community woman who goes through the brunt of this violent conflict. It means that she should be on the table when negotiations take place. Women's interests and their lived experiences should be fully reflected in the peace processes, and that of women who are also, I call it, considered, as men's interests are considered in the aftermath of conflict.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
It should also be prioritized.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Women should be prioritized, and of course, we cannot overemphasize that. So, you're listening to Women of 1325 today, and yes, my name is Melanie Ishola. My guest in the studio is Bridget Afia-4, and she's the Executive Director, Ideal Women Advancement Initiative. Now, we've been talking about the UNSC Resolution 1325, and of course its impact and implications on women. Now, having spoken about the participation and of course laying the foundation for this conversation, it's also good to say that the effects of armed conflict on civilians are very, very devastating. Now, it leaves the survivors to suffer both short and long-term consequences. Now, these consequences are not experienced uniformly. All right, the gendered nature of conflict is very well documented, so we're not making it up. You'll find articles written on it, facts and figures. Even you would go searching for them. And yes, women account for the vast majority of those affected adversely, primarily because of their subpar status in societies. Now, regardless of the locale, women are exploited and discriminated against to greater degrees than their male counterparts during times of conflict, and are almost categorically excluded from the negotiation processes that influence post-conflict outcomes. And that's exactly what Bridget has spoken to on the program today. Now, as these conflicts, go on in our society, all right, it's good for us to know to what level, as the work being done to actually improve the inclusion of women in peace and post-conflict talks. It's good to know, to review it, and to be able to say that, do we have, capable hands, capable women to actually, present in different localities? Are they equipped enough to know what exactly is post-conflict conversations, post-conflict negotiations, and are they able to well represent their interests and the interests of the other, excluded communities, groups rather, in the society?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I don't think we have a critical mass of women who are negotiating for women, who are looking at men. We have a number of capable women, but we are not enough. That's why the Women and Peace Building Network is a program of West Africa Network for Peace Building. Part of what we do is to train women, to build the capacity of community women leaders to begin to ask for their space on the negotiation table. So look at the way to bring those who are violated women in violent conflict situations to pay for their crimes, and be convicted. Because this kind of crimes are against humanity. They should be convicted. We are also training women to understand the place of justice, education, and children's access to health care and all of that when these things happen. But we do not have the critical mass of women that we need to do this. And if you agree with me, violence is something that has come to stay in Nigeria, except the needful is done. In every, if it's not a communal clash, it's a farmer Evans. It is not farmer Evans. It's one kind of conflict or the other. It's militancy. There's some form of conflict at every region of Nigeria. So we need that critical mass of women who will negotiate for women, who will bring women to participate at all levels of society, and to bring women to understand their fundamental human rights during the times of conflict and post-conflict.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have to interject you, Bridget, because, you said something that really did strike a chord. Now, when you got to the part of the farmer headers crisis, I cannot but look at the recent piece of news about the death of Mrs. Funke Olakunrin, who's the daughter of the Afenifere leader in person of Reuben Fasonroti, and how that the way the report is given said that the men who inflicted or carried out these activities were dressed like Fulani headsmen. Now, some people have come to say, no, this isn't exactly a case of Fulani headsmen did it, but some people taking advantage of, the clash going on between Fulani and headsmen and farmers in the country. Now, this is a woman who's already dead as a result of this. So I think, again, it is very important that we know the value and the importance of charting a course for peace and the essence of this program, Women of the Team 25. But I'd like to have your take on the whole issue of Funke Olakunrin with regards to how the whole event went down. What are the lessons? What are the takeaways, for Nigerians and of course women at that?
For me, that is to show that no woman is safe in Nigeria. At the higher level, at the middle level, at the community level, at the ordinary woman's level, just like a woman community ordinary farmer is being harassed, killed, or sexually molested in a farm, the woman can be molested in a mansion. So women must rally around each other, and we must take this to the top to make sure that whether they are Fulani headed, whether they are just criminals, whoever they are brought to book. If not, some people will be hiding behind the Fulani headsmen atrocities, or the Fulani headsmen too go spot-free for the crimes committed. Something must be done, and women must be more creative in asking for this, for something to be done, not just together and in pathway. There are so many things that we can begin to do to agitate, to make government own up to responsibility and do something about such killings.
Okay.
In Delta State, there have been so many killings of women and rape cases in farms. So we must begin to do something. We must begin to talk about it. We must begin to talk about it in the Fulani radios, in the outside radios, because other people must hear too. Now
it must be said in other languages, not just in English.
Yes, not just English. In Yoruba language, in Igbo language, in all the languages. Everybody will be brought. We'll once begin to discuss the provisions of the Resolution 1325 for the ordinary woman to know. We must translate this Resolution 1325 to the local language in the places where we work, so that people understand what this resolution, the provisions of this resolution for them as the ordinary woman in the community.
All right.
Every woman who is empowered will begin to empower women to understand this basic human right.
Thank you.
They can begin to access those things they need to access as a result of the resolution 1325.
All right. Thank you very much, Bridget. That's a very, very profound one there. Now, you are listening to Women of 1325. Women of 1325 is an initiative of WANEP. WANEP is West African Network for Peace Building. My name is Melanie Ishola, and today we have been talking about UNSC Resolution 1325 and yes, its impact or implications on women. Now, my studio lines are opened. 07000 917 917 09025 625 455. Again, 07000 917 09025625455. And your studio time has come to 25 minutes past 3. And for starters, in line with what we have been talking about today, and how a woman should look at it and think, how does it impact me? How does it affect me? I'd like for you to call in and share how secured you feel as a female citizen of Nigeria. Do you feel safe? You know, because we might be in the era where, depending on your sex or your sexuality or your gender, actually may be responsible or may account for how secured you are. Sad. But of course, these are the realities on ground. So what about your safety? That's the question this afternoon. What about your safety? How safe do you think you are as a woman, wherever you are right now, work, home, or play? I'd like you to call in on the program 07000 917 917 09025 625455. Now, we find ourselves from time to time in compromising situations. Maybe sometimes you have to walk at night, travel at night, and you know, you just think safety, don't you? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, hello. All right, do want to call us back. Let's have your thoughts and contributions on the program today. Do not forget that you can go on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're at WFM 917. And yes, drop your comments and contributions using the hashtag Women of 1325. And yes, your comment would be read out on the program here. Also, listen to us live from any part of the world on www.wfm917.com. Now, we just left off talking to the issue of the death of Pa Ruben Fasorate's daughter. That's late Mrs. Funke Olakunri. And then we've posed the question, how safe do you think you are as a woman in Nigeria? You look like at a state in Lagos, and of course you know the terrains until maybe you travel to another part of Nigeria that you don't quite know, and then some stories, you know, ensue. So exactly how safe do you think you are? Does your safety matter? Does your safety, does it matter? All right, once again, 07000 917 917 09025 625455. Now, back to you, Bridget. And of course, I've got to say thank you for bringing on board, you know, your great knowledge on the program today. Now, I'd like to know the efforts, all right, that you think are adequate and effective and also sufficient to tackle the problem of insecurity against women, you know, in Nigeria. I mean, they're of different forms. If you look at the different geopolitical zones in Nigeria, you mentioned of Delta, where common amongst such insecurity issues against women is the raping of women on the farm. You look at the Northeast and you talk about insurgency. You look at the North in general, you talk about armed banditry, kidnapping. You come to the West here and it's a potpourri of a lot of things. So exactly what would you say about the efforts, adequacy, effectiveness and sufficiency?
I think we should make adequate and sufficient provisions for women to understand how to protect themselves.
So education, you are clamoring for education.
Child abuse, pedophiles are on the increase.
Yes.
I think schools should begin to talk about it. We must create safe spaces, even in the schools, for young girls. There are some schools where you cannot have inter-house sports and the rest because women will be, children will be molested, all of that. So they must begin to talk about rights. Women must begin to understand. Every women organization, every school must begin to talk about these things. And parents must understand the fundamental basis that you must provide protection for your children in the way you can. And don't do the blaming. Families are blaming. Why did you go out? Because you are a girl. Why did you wear trousers? Where did you do this? You must arm your children with those prerequisite skills of how to provide themselves. You must teach them soft skills on how to protect themselves. Women who are working with their farmers, we keep telling them, you must know the season where the X-Men are in the bush. So you cannot go to farm at such times until this conflict are resolved because they are from both sides.
Yes.
Both sides have their take why they are doing what they are doing. The farmers have their story, the herdsmen have their story. So not to be in between the crossfire between the herdsmen and the farmers. You stay away from your farm at so and so season because there are early response systems that tell them when they come into the bushes and when they are not there. You know, it will limit their source of livelihood because their farming seasons are now reduced. But however, these are precautionary measures that can be put in place while all of this is resolved in different states.
All right.
Schools need to upgrade.
Yes.
Security, safety and security classes must be given. It's very compulsory now because all kinds of things are happening. Pre-nurseries, where young children are, there must be some safety rules that must be adhered to strictly so that girl children are protected from pedophiles. In the marketplace too, where we must take the campaigns there. Women should watch out for one another. Women should watch out for one another.
Thank you.
What happens in the marketplace? There are some places that are not safe. The vigilante groups have to up their game to make sure that women and girls are protected.
Thank you.
It's horrible.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They must learn security things to know the kind of vehicle to enter and the kind of vehicle not to enter by the time they see the kind of people there.
All right.
They must protect themselves.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bridget. Yes. Studio time has come to 3:30 and you're on to your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. Now, do want to call and let's know exactly what you think about safety as a woman. Now, I know of colleagues who have almost, fallen prey to kidnappers, and I have been in that situation once. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, do you want to call us back? 07000 917 917 09025 625455. And I remember boarding a vehicle from the garage in this case, and we went on the road and things became funny, and this was in Ogun State. That's some 6-7 years ago. Now just last year, a colleague of mine shared an experience on the Lagos-Ibadan Express. And, it's pathetic to think that sometimes women are the soft targets, they're the easy targets, and nothing has been said about ways of equipping women to actually become more security conscious. It's why we are talking about this today, and it is good for you to call in and share with us exactly what you think about your safety as a woman. I mean, how safe do you think you are? How safe? I mean, I find myself thinking about this from time to time. Like, okay, were we to switch environments, and I'm in a terrain I do not know, how safe am I? Because I may not know the things that are prevalent in such societies, and then it is key that we hold safety and security paramount, irrespective of geopolitical zones, irrespective of towns, locations, cities in Nigeria. Now, you can drop a text or WhatsApp to 07031 756537. Again, 07031 756537. Now, Bridget has been my guest on the program today, and she's been sharing with us, great things from my experience working in this very sector. Now, Bridget is the Executive Director, Ideal Women Advancement Initiative. So, we've been talking gender mainstreaming a lot. As a media, personnel, I know how much I have to use the term gender mainstreaming, inclusion, and gender balance, and the rest of this. And these are powerful concepts on paper, but I'd like to know, how do these actually, come out when it comes to implementation? With what we have on paper and what we have in reality, do they measure up? Are women filling seats at negotiation tables and in peacekeeping operations since the passage of Security Council Resolution 1325, or has the resolution fallen on deaf ears?
I think there's a lot to do. Without women, if you don't include women, then the slogan we use in Witness, say hard and fair. until women are on the negotiation table, until women are in those peace processes, we can't make an headway. Because women are very intuitive. They can smell trouble from 10 kilometers, but they will almost eat a man's nose before he knows that there's trouble around him. Women by nature, naturally, are peace builders. Why not have more women on the peace negotiation table? They come with that their feminine intelligence in negotiation, in looking at what can we give, what can we take, for us to have peace. Knowing that without peace, there is no meaningful development. And again, we must begin to build community women capacity to be entrenched in the local governance structure. That is where it starts from.
Okay.
So we must empower women to do their business properly. Let the business not just be subsistence, just to feed my family. No. If you have financial power, you have a voice in the community. So we must infuse peace building and economic empowerment. Women to own businesses so that they can influence decisions and policies in their community and in their state government. And we need more women to participate in elected positions, to participate starting from the grassroots. It must start from the community. To have enough women in the local governance structure of their communities. We have more women at all levels of leadership in Nigeria. But the gap is that we don't have women at the local level. In a lot of communities you go to, the men are all there, you have a women media. And of course, what she does is to transmit message to women. That's all she does. What happens to the woman being the secretary of the local governance structure? What happens to the woman being the chairman? What happens to the woman being the vice chairman? Those are the kind of empowerment we must begin to give women. If we must train women, we have gone beyond where we are asking women to take. Nobody will create a space for you. We should be at the place where we are telling the woman, create a space for yourself. Look at the way, and one of the ways you can create a space for yourself is to begin to do peace building work. Begin to demand for things in your community. It's begin to pass something to the next generation. It's for women to take their businesses serious so that we can all put money in our hands. The community comes to us. So once you are helping to develop community has no choice but to listen to you when you speak. That's one of the things men do all over the years. They do things for community, they do projects for community, water borehole, 6 blocks of classroom. So when these such men speak to community listen.
Absolutely.
More women should also do that. So that when you speak, community will listen. If they say this is the way we should go, they should look at what you are saying and say, yes, let's look at this again. I think it's true, we should go that way. That's the way we begin to entrench women. And in that way, we can begin to look at the provision of the Resolution 1325 for women.
Right.
When there's a flood in your community, the community women, influential women, what do you do? Do you go to the IDP camp to look at special needs for women? That's one niche of weakness. Women go to IDP camps to look at special needs for women, sanitary needs. Women need sanitary towel. Nobody takes such things there. They go with blankets, they go with wrappers, they go with bags of rice. But women have sanitary needs. If you're not careful, there'll be an epidemic.
Yes.
Women are material with that.
Yes.
So women must be very, very, I'm trying to do the more proactive.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So once again, studio lines 07000 917 917 09025 625455. Join the conversation. We've been talking about UNSC Resolution 1325 and its implications on women. Now, as I said, this is a matter of security, and they say safety first. So I'm thinking as a woman, I find myself in different parts of Nigeria, and my security is actually very paramount. So how secure do I think I am? Now, I'm going to share my experience with being in Anambra not long ago, and at night I had to, from where I was, to sleep, look for another accommodation, and it was a particular keke man that took me around and located a hotel for me. And so he said to me, before I eventually found a friend whom I was going to put up with, that he was going to tell me had I not changed my mind to get somewhere else, which was now somebody I knew to put up with, that it was going to tell me that as soon as I entered the hotel room, nothing should bring me out of that room until the next morning, because at that time of the day it was already, I think, about 8:30 or thereabout that night. And so he said that to me, and I couldn't be more grateful for the fact that I actually didn't have to sleep in that hotel. So I mean, these are issues. So, and it's why women must begin to lend a voice to conversations like this. You would think that you're safe until you have to change location one day, and then that is it. Now, for a Nigeria that would be safe for all of us, for the highways that would be safe for all of us. Just a few days ago, Mrs. Funke Olakunrin was killed, all right, just because she was traveling, all right. And yes, it's been paraded, as Fulani headsmen. We do not know the truth of the matter until now. So until we talk safety, think safety, and actually act safety, we might not have a safe environment for all of us, especially women, to thrive in. And that's why we are having this conversation. The program is Women of 1325. Do well and join in the conversation this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Tunde calling from Kenya.
All right, Tunde, good to have you.
I think the security issue is getting out of hand. Basically to do with regardless of Fulani or whoever is committing the crime. Crime is committed every day like nothing has happened. Start killing the citizens. Fulanis are doing their own, and and I think they are playing politics with kids now. This has nothing to do with whether like I said, it's Fulani. Women don't have any rights. Look at the rape accusations that happened like so many days now, like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
People act like it never happened. So I mean, women don't have rights in Nigeria as far as I'm concerned. We have to be honest about it. So the only way we could do is that is women as a citizen. There's only Nigeria that see that women they don't see women as a citizen. They don't care about the women's voice. They feel like whenever a woman talks, it's just like a fishing talk. So until we see women as human, until we see that women are our partners, then we could do something. Until then, nothing will be done.
All right, thank you, Tunde. Now, I don't want you to go yet today. I'd like to ask the women around you, are you concerned about their safety? For starters, how safe do you think they are? All right, I think I lost Tunde there, and it's good to actually have women actually speak up for themselves. Now, Bridget, that's a great one from Tunde. I don't know if you have reactions, or you have reactions, rather, to what he said.
Yes, I agree with Tunde that most communities, that's why I said, nobody will do this for women except the women themselves. What we need to do, those of us who are empowered, is to teach women how to seek for safe space for themselves. Men don't have the capacity. They are afraid they can't give us the space. So you cannot wait for them to give. There are very few men. And women should be more knowledgeable. For instance, you travel. I don't travel to any part of the country that I don't ask questions. I always do a background and history. What are the recent conflicts? What are the prevalent incidents in that state? I ask questions, and in particular, what do I expect? I ask people who've been there, people who live there. I gather enough information to do guide me. I don't travel late. Don't travel late. Because you are more vulnerable
When you travel at night, yes.
You don't know where you're going to. All kinds of things can happen to you. Two, you must be security conscious. You don't tell everybody about yourself or what you have come to do in that city. Know what you are doing there. Because they can put one or two things in place and say, oh, this woman has money, or one thing does one thing. You must be very, very careful.
All right.
You don't say, oh, it's my life. It's your life, but if anything goes wrong, that's it for you.
Yes.
You must dress accordingly. The way the people dress in the area you are going to. Don't make yourself a point. Because it's only in Nigeria a woman gets it, and it's what was she wearing?
And that's such an irony. That's such an irony. Somebody got raped, and the question is, what was she wearing? What's she wearing?
As one of the 2 and 3 years old children.
What are they wearing? How seductive are they? How seductive could a 2-year-old girl, a 1-year-old girl? And recently I read in the news of an 8-month-old. So what could she be doing? How intentional could an 8-month-old girl be to seduce a man to come rape her? Now, these are the issues on the program today. 07000 917 917 09025 625455. Now, again, I'd like us to talk to the issue of obstacles that there could be, obstacles that can prevent the successful implementation of UNSCR 1325 in a place like Nigeria.
One of the biggest obstacles is cultural inhibition. Nigerian culture is very patrilineal. The people, very few cultures, look at the place of women, are very patrilineal. It will surprise you, even when the woman rises up in security, one of the senior forces, people don't take them as serious as they take their male counterparts, because we believe that that's why women must raise their game. Whatever you do, you must be very good at what you do and prove to men. And don't allow people to intimidate you. Somebody was jokingly talking to me. Yes, you're fine. I don't feel like touching. I said, if there is gone.
Even in jokes, don't accommodate it. Yes.
I will finish you. I will finish you. He took his time and looked at that. Later I came back to me and said that. After I do karate, after I will finish you, I will pick you up and embarrass you mercilessly. And say, wow. I say, I have to give you your space too. Men want you to prove yourself. And when you prove yourself, they have this kind of respect for you. Women must not throw themselves around, especially in politics. Men are spending money to get into position. You look for money to spend too. You cannot spend your body for every man that I can help you get this position. And by the time you get the position, you won't earn their respect.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Now, again, I'd like for you to also share achievements that have been derived from the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, especially on women. And of course, this is about women anyway, in Nigeria, and of course, specifically in the conflict zones of the country.
Yes, a lot has been achieved. For instance, the work that the women and have been doing in the Niger Delta, we've been able to translate the Resolution 1325 to the local language, so women know their rights, they know their provision in time of conflict and post-conflict. And out of those trainings, we have been able to raise a critical mass of women leaders. In Delta State, for instance, where you call Baramatu, the oil producing region, we've been able to raise a woman chairman for the CDC as made up of 21 communities in the clan. For 4 years, she was in leadership, and a lot of women leaders have come up, and we also have Baramatu Women in Peace Building Network that have been working assiduously during elections. They have worked on peaceful elections. They've done voter education in school language. More and more women are beginning to understand. We have women who are early warning officers who help us to make sure that we understand the dynamics before any conflict begin to brew. We've had women at those levels. So in Delta State, in Bayelsa State, in River State, in Akwa Ibom, and in Cross River State. More and more women are beginning.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so we shall be reconnecting with Bridget, and of course, we're about making a wrap on the program today. Yes, do call in as well. 07000 917 917 09025 625455. Lend a voice to the conversation. We're talking the UN resolution. Yes. 1325 and its implications on women. Now, a lot has been said about Bridget, by Bridget, and yes, we're expecting that you at least speak to the issue of your own security in your environment. How safe do you think that you are? Good to have you back, Bridget. Yes. Now, I was going to ask, when you look at what's been done, all right, you also spoke about women in peace building West Africa network or something like that. There is a West African
building network.
Network, okay. Yes. Now, when we look at what the United Nations Resolution 1325 represents in all its entirety, is there something you would advocate the United Nations does differently to support this work that is on ground across, the different nations of Africa? I mean, I would say Africa because we have almost everything in common, like we're a developing state. So, I mean, we are developing countries. So exactly what would you advocate that the United Nations, does differently?
I think one of the things we should do, make it compulsory for every peace committee in any country, in any state, a woman to ask for the representation of the women. Make it compulsory that nations don't have a choice, especially in Africa. And this is the provision of what this resolution says, that women must be part of every peace process and be on the negotiation table. Of course, it will not just work like that. It's not going to be a roller skater. But a lot of countries will begin to adhere, put 1 or 2 women, and before you know it, the 1 or 2 women will bring on more women on the table.
All right. Now, thank you very much. So, on a very last note, moving on, what would you say is the way forward? How can our women aid the UN Security Council Resolution 1325, and how can we help in achieving its full implementation?
The way to make it work and help is to raise a critical mass of women who have understanding of the Resolution 1325 and popularize it in the marketplace, in the village square, in schools. Everywhere you have women, we must popularize the Resolution 1325. Some women have never heard of it, and when you even talk about it, they do not even know the provision of the Resolution 1325 for them. They just hear it, it's just a cliché. So we must make more people understand the Resolution 1325, especially women. And also men champions, he for she. Such men should also be encouraged to popularize it and work with women on every front as it affects peace and conflict prevention.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, on a very last note, what are the benefits for women when this resolution becomes a success in all its entirety?
First of all, key is protection. Women get protected. 2 is justice. And when there's protection, what does justice? There's peace. Once there's peace, there's development. Not just development, sustainable development.
Yes.
Women can, unleash their potential and reach that height they aim for.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, on that note, I'd like to ask you for your parting word on the program today while we make a wrap.
Women, peace is everybody's business. It's not men's business. It's our business. Let's be part of the process.
Thank you very much for your contribution there. Now, if you are just joining, I'd say you joined too late, but it's okay. It's a weekly program. And yes, you can be a part of this too next week, Tuesday, exactly 3 o'clock on your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. My guest today was Bridget Afia for Executive Director, Ideal Women Advancement Initiative. And yes, on that note, I'm going to be making a wrap on the program today. Now, given the bevy of challenges facing both United Nations actors and women on the ground, who are actually actors to ensure the full implementation and realization of the UN Security Council Resolution 1325. All right, it is clear that the resolution, which of certainty has been a milestone in the international community's recognition of women's unique experiences in conflict and substantive peace-building capacity, will keep fighting for full participation of women in decision-making and peace-building processes so long as women are prohibited from assuming decision-making roles at the international, national and regional levels. Yes, it is against this backdrop that the women of 1325 has come to provide a framework for the protection of women and inclusion of gender perspective in peace building activities. Women of 1325 is an initiative of WANEP. WANEP is West African Network for Peace Building with support from Norwegian Agency for Development Corporation, NURAD, and Women in Peace Building Network, WIPNET. Women of 1325 holds every Tuesday on your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. Time is 3 p.m. And of course, in this respect, I want to say a big thank you to my producer, Anthony Diomelda. And yes, make it a date with us next week, Tuesday. Same time, same station. My name is Melanie Ishola. And of course, a big ups to Blessing Kale. Do have yourself a wonderful afternoon. Virtuous Woman here by Flavor. Enjoy it.
WFM 91.7.
WFM 91.7.